My name is Brittany Torres, and I'm here with Post University. I'm here to talk to you about the effects of drugs on a pregnancy, during and after. When I say the word drug, what immediately comes to your mind? For most people, it's the illicit and the illegal kind. Anything from heroin use to illegal pills on the street to even marijuana can be justified as an illegal drug. But what if I say the legal kind? There are many drugs that are prescribed to people every single day, whether they're pills, over-the-counter stuff, tobacco, such as cigarettes or cigars or even chewing tobacco, or alcohol can all be considered as drugs. When you're faced with the question, does everybody have a choice to use drugs? The answer should be yes. Generally, it is a personal decision for somebody to start using drugs. Generally, they are introduced to it at a young age. They get into it. It opens the doors to use other drugs. However, there are certain people who do not get a choice on whether they use drugs or not. It's no surprise that drugs and the human body has negative long-term effects. With the amount of knowledge that's out there between schools, educational videos, peer reach programs, and everything out there, and the World Wide Web at your fingertips, everybody knows that drugs have a long-lasting and negative effect on the human body. But what about the drugs and women who are pregnant? Not only does the drugs have a long-term effect on the mother, but on the fetus as well. When you use drugs, there is long-term effects and short-term effects. Hallucinations, acne, tooth rot, the increased risk of certain illnesses and diseases such as AIDS and HIV, and many, many other issues come when you start to use drugs. When a child is developing, it takes about 40 weeks for them to fully develop and be born into the world. Now, during that 40 weeks, your child will be developing brain function, limbs like hands, feet, arms, a nose, eyes. They will begin to open their mouth and swallow. All of this 40 weeks is a crucial time for them to be born and be able to thrive and survive as a child. When a mother decides that she's going to use drugs while she is pregnant, whether it's alcohol, whether it's smoking cigarettes, or using illegal drugs, she is willingly causing developmental delays, physical delays for her child. Certain delays can be known as fetal alcohol syndrome. There's also SIDS, which is sudden infant death syndrome, low birth weight, cleft palates, and learning disabilities. Now, the question still remains as to why mothers choose to use drugs during their pregnancy. For some, it may not be that cut and dry. For some, it is to cope with a mental illness, whether it's depression, anxiety, or anything. Some of those drugs that are prescribed to the mother before she is pregnant, she'll still continue to take at a higher dosage, and it could inadvertently have negative effects on her child. For some people, it's a strong addiction. Some people just cannot kick the habit, even though they know they have a child coming. For some people, they may not know of the effects that it could have on their child. They may know what it does to them, but they may not think that anything can come of them using while they're pregnant. Or for some people, they may not know they are pregnant. And by the time they are aware and stop using the drugs, it's just simply too late. Now, there's big controversy on whether to prosecute a mother who has given birth to a child that is addicted to drugs or alcohol. For many people, they think that if a child is born with severe learning and mental and physical disabilities, that the mother should serve jail time or be fined or punished in some way. But I don't think it's that easy. For some women, they simply were sick and cannot get off those drugs, no matter what they tried, no matter what counseling they got. It was such a sickness that it literally, they didn't care whether it was themselves or their child's life at stake. They needed to feel that, to fill that void and get that high. For others, I do believe that people who are repeat offenders, such as, say a mother has a child born to addicted to heroin and then goes through a detox program, everything gets better, but then a second child is then conceived and born, and that child goes through the same things. Yes, I do believe that there should be some harsher punishments for that person. Now, when it comes to human services, we're going to see people of all walks. This is going to be a huge issue that will come up in certain human service fields. I would like to be able to educate people on what to do and how to get help, and see if we can prevent children from being born addicted to drugs, or educate young mothers who are currently addicted to drugs to prevent them from making mistakes that could cause not only their own life, but the life of their child as well. I hope I answered any of your questions, and feel free to comment. Thank you.